Hey, welcome to Cow-Free Kicks. On this channel, I review leather-free sneakers only, and I've got an absolute belter again from DIADORA today. It is the DIADORA Cellular. Welcome to the channel. Now, when I review a pair of sneakers, I always look into 5 different categories that I think are really important when you're making that buying decision into getting a new pair of kicks. And then at the end of the video, I will give these DIADORA Cellulars an overall rating out of 5 stars and stack them up against the rest of the sneakers that I've reviewed so far this year. If you do like what you see as you're going along, please do not forget to give the video a big thumbs up like by clicking the button below on your device. And whilst you're down there, and if you want to show a little bit of extra support, please do take the time to subscribe to the channel. So let's start this review off as we always do by checking out these DIADORA Cellular on feet. Currently available in 5 different colorways via the DIADORA website. These are a pair of elite runners, but I think especially in this colorway with the pretty much all black upper that's broken up with this DIADORA TPU branding, and then you've got this two-toned kind of off-white grey, incredibly chunky DIADORA Anima midsole unit. They transition very nicely into a pair of lifestyle sneakers as well. And I do think the other colorways are nice, but I think this colorway especially is much easier to style out with your everyday wear, as well as taking them out on a pretty much however long a run you want to go on. Now, the upper of this sneaker is made from like a microfiber mesh that's got some honeycomb kind of cutaways just underneath to aid breathability, which we'll talk about more at the end of the video. And on top of that, you've also got this synthetic suede kind of nylon material that covers the toe box of the shoe and also runs throughout the middle of the foot and just around the top of the laces here. It's also the same material that features on the tongue for the sneaker as well, which has got a very small amount of DIADORA branding on it too. As you move towards the middle of the foot, you've got the standard TPU DIADORA branding that runs off towards the heel of the shoe, where you've got a bit more cellular branding at the back. Then you've got a bit of 3M hit here, so it's going to be reflective when the light shines on it on this heel pull at the back. As you move towards the inside of the sneaker, there's no second large DIADORA branding on the middle of the foot. Instead, you've got the written DIADORA branding on the side of your heel just there. I do think that looks really nice, and I do think these are quite subtle on the upper, which means again you can get away with styling these quite nicely as an everyday wear. And don't forget, all of that sits on top of this incredibly chunky, exceeding 40 mils in stack height, DIADORA Anima midsole unit. I really like the hit of the grey that you get with this to break up, and I really like the fact that it almost looks futuristic and robotic, and with these cutaways towards the heel as well. Love how chunky it is. And then you've got the Duratec 5000 hardened rubberized outsole that you can see in the areas with most wear, which is going to be the toe box here in black and also towards the heel of the shoe. Overall, I just think they're a really nice looking running shoe that can very well transition into an everyday lifestyle sneaker as well. I don't think they look as good as the V7000s, the Atomos, but I do think they still look good in their own right. Now I want to move on to their comfort, where I want to put this in chunky midsole to the test on my back doorstep. You can see from the step test that you get a really nice amount of responsive give and bounce back and energy return from toe to heel with this incredibly chunky DIADORA Anima midsole unit. Now there's a 5mm drop from toe to heel, and the stack height, like I said, is above 40 millimeters. So much of this foam midsole unit to absorb the energy and give responsive bounce back. I just don't think you'll appreciate how comfortable they are until you walk around in a pair of these. That's why I think they work incredibly well as a great runner, as a great lifestyle everyday shoe as well, because the comfort is unparalleled with this foam unit. It really is one of my favorite, probably if not my favorite foam midsole unit around at the moment. Obviously, I've just tried on 2 pairs of DIADORAs back to back with the Atomo V7000s and now with these Cellulars. but I just think comfort-wise underfoot, it's really, really difficult to beat. And on top of your feet, I would say that these are more comfortable than the Atomo V7000s. That's because I think there's more area within the toe box. My feet are slightly wider than average, so I really appreciated that little bit of extra room in the toe box. And also lengthwise, these fit me absolutely perfectly, whereas the DIADORA Atomo V7000s came a little bit short. So with this pair, I would go absolutely true to size because I think they're an absolute perfect fit. And don't forget, you get this really nice padding around the heel unit as well. And whilst the tongue is a little bit thin and flimsy, when it's sat on top of your foot, because it's quite a soft plush material, it almost feels like it's not there. You've got really nice padding inside the shoe as well. Just overall, an absolute dream ride. These, I just can't get over how comfortable they are. Now I want to move on to their weight, where I'm going to put them on the scales and show you how much they weigh. Tipping the scales at 305 grams per sneaker, a little bit heavier than the DIADORA Atomo V7000s, but not by much. And I think anything below the 350 gram mark and below can be considered a lightweight sneaker, but anything 300 grams and below is incredibly lightweight. So just getting over that 300 gram mark makes these a very, very lightweight shoe, and they feel so lightweight in hand and on feet as well. And I personally think that the more lightweight a shoe, the more that adds to the comfort, because you almost forget like they're there and you just feel that incredible comfort from the midsole unit on these. So overall, a really, really, really nice weight. Now I want to move on to their breathability, where I want to pump this honeycomb mesh full of smoke to see how breathable they are. You can see from the smoke test, the smoke escaped incredibly quickly and in huge amounts from the toe box and the surrounding areas in the middle of the foot, in between where you've got this DIADORA branding. It does taper off a little bit the breathability towards the back of the shoe, but that's because you've got this increased padding that you get towards the rear of the sneaker. But in the middle of the foot and the toe box, they offer great breathability, and I would say more breathability than the DIADORA Atomo V7002s, because I just think there's less of the upper to contend with. There's less like overlays on this one, there's less TPU detailing, there's more access for the smoke to escape from this honeycomb mesh detailing that you get on the upper. So overall, an incredibly breathable pair of shoes. And that's going to move me on to their price. Now these will set you back £170, and I appreciate for a lot of people that is going to be towards the top end of their budget, but just considering how comfortable these are, and I do think you can get away with wearing these looks wise as an everyday lifestyle shoe. On top of that, you've got insane breathability, and you've also got a really, really nice weight to this pair of sneakers. So I think it's a fair price. And don't forget, products like this are made from beginning to end by DIADORA. They're all made in-house, they're all tested in-house. It's just one of those things where you know you're going to get quality when you buy this pair of sneakers. So for £170, I think it's quite fair. And that's going to bring me on to my overall score for these. And it's incredibly easy, 5 stars. I just think overall, I don't think you can get much more for your money than this, and it exceeds my expectations every time I put on a pair of DIADORA shoes that have this midsole unit, but also looks-wise and comfort-wise for the rest of the sneaker, weight-wise and breathability. There's really not too much to improve from, in my opinion. So overall, a really, really, really nice pair of sneakers. I just want to say a massive thanks to Floriano and Squadra di Corsa for making this review happen. And if you like what you've seen, don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up before you leave. You can also follow me on Instagram. Drop any comments below, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.